Have you ever experienced being disregarded by a woman you have feelings for? It's an agonizing ordeal that can leave you feeling powerless and unwanted. You find yourself in a state of confusion and emotional pain, struggling to comprehend why she's not reciprocating your feelings. It feels like you're treading on thin ice, unsure of what steps to take next. However, just because she's not responding doesn't mean you should surrender and let her have the upper hand. So, how can you flip the script and utilize this rejection to your advantage? How can you turn the tables and make her yearn for your attention, regretting her decision to ignore you? By the end of this video, you'll discover effective strategies for handling such situations. You'll learn how to employ reverse psychology to shake her confidence and ultimately make her reconsider her actions. Number 13. Ignore her. When faced with a woman's disregard, consider reciprocating by ignoring her in return. While this approach may seem counterintuitive, it can prove effective in many cases, demonstrating that you won't tolerate being ignored by mirroring her behavior can convey a powerful message. For instance, if she doesn't respond to your text messages, refrain from reaching out to her again. Similarly, if she deflects or changes the subject during conversation, don't engage further and shift focus elsewhere. If she disregards you in a public setting, assert your self-respect by walking away. This strategy communicates your unwillingness to be disrespected or ignored by demonstrating that you won't accept being treated in such a manner. Ignoring her can serve as a potent tool to undermine her ego. Number 12. Maintain. Number 11. Shift your focus. One effective approach to dealing with a woman who ignores you is to divert your attention away from her and onto yourself. Begin by redirecting your thoughts towards your personal goals. Make a list of objectives and actively pursue them. Engage in new hobbies or embark on fresh projects. Arrange outings with friends and family, relishing the time spent with loved ones. Dedicate moments to self-reflection, contemplating avenues for self-improvement. This shift in focus fosters a positive mindset, distancing your thoughts from the woman who chooses to ignore you. Soon you'll realize her actions hold little significance in comparison to your personal growth. Number 10. Showcase your value. When faced with being ignored, showcase your worth to assert your presence. Demonstrate your intellect, humor, and charm to convey that you transcend superficial impressions. Engage in conversations where your expertise shines, offer witty rejoinders to sarcasm, and provide attentive responses to her anecdotes. By asserting yourself confidently, she'll recognize you as someone not easily dismissed, thus altering her perception of you. Number 9. Establish boundaries. In instances of being ignored, enforce boundaries by ceasing communication with the individual. Refrain from initiating contact through various channels, including text messages and calls. Minimize interaction in person, sending a clear signal that such behavior is unacceptable. Resist the urge to persist if met with silence, indicating a refusal to tolerate disregard. Cutting contact asserts your self-respect, illustrating that such treatment will not be tolerated. Number 8. Defy expectations. Challenge preconceived notions by defying expectations when confronted with ignorance. Prove her misconceptions wrong by showcasing your capabilities and depth. Demonstrate Number 6. Enhance social status. When confronted with being ignored by a woman, one strategy is to bolster your social status. Engage in activities that exude confidence and allure, such as frequenting the gym, pursuing new hobbies, or acquiring new skills. Dedicate effort to advancing your career, volunteering, and expanding your network, demonstrating your standing as a respected member of your community can significantly enhance your appeal. Leverage social media to your advantage by sharing captivating stories and interests. Cultivating a strong social presence not only enhances your attractiveness, but also underscores your value. Number 5. Disregard her presence. In instances where a woman chooses to ignore you, adopting an attitude of indifference towards her existence can be an effective response. Refrain from initiating conversations or making eye contact, redirecting your attention elsewhere. Engage with others at social gatherings, intentionally avoiding interactions with the woman in question. Should you find yourself compelled to engage with her, maintain a professional demeanor and steer clear of personal topics to mitigate potential conflicts. If her disregard persists, refrain from reacting and simply disengage. Remember, it's often more beneficial to move forward rather than dwell on situations beyond your control. Number 4. Employ the silent treatment. Another approach to address being ignored is to reciprocate by giving the woman the silent treatment. By choosing not to respond to her, you assert that you won't be taken for granted. For instance, if she sends you a text message and you opt not to reply, she'll likely wonder why you're not engaging. When you do respond eventually, keep your message brief and cordial. This demonstrates your lack of desperation and refusal to tolerate being ignored. Number 3. Avoid begging for attention. When faced with being ignored, refrain from begging for the woman's attention. Instead, convey the impression that she's missing out by showcasing your confidence and security. Resist the urge to send multiple texts seeking validation. In Number 2. Maintain politeness with emotional detachment. When faced with being ignored by a woman, maintain a demeanor of kindness while emotionally detaching yourself from the situation. Refrain from taking her actions personally or retaliating against her. Instead, extend niceties such as wishing her a good day or offering a simple greeting without expecting further interaction. Demonstrate emotional detachment by smiling politely, offering a courteous response, and then redirecting your focus elsewhere. This approach underscores your composure and self-possession, while subtly conveying that her behavior doesn't affect your emotional state. Number 1. Conceal your struggle. In the face of being ignored, avoid revealing any signs of distress or struggle to the woman. Remain composed and continue with your life as usual, exhibiting resilience and confidence. Project an unaffected demeanor, demonstrating that her actions haven't shaken your self-assurance. Refrain from hostility or confrontation, opting instead for politeness and respectfulness in all interactions. Remember, it's not your responsibility to cater to her emotions or seek her validation. Respect her boundaries and maintain your dignity throughout. The intent of this advice is to offer guidance on navigating situations where a woman chooses to ignore you. The optimal approach involves remaining calm, confident, and refraining from internalizing her actions. If she persists in ignoring you, it's advisable to disengage and walk away. Remember, you're not obligated to cater to her emotional needs, and showing respect for her boundaries is paramount. Your support is greatly appreciated, and if you've watched this far, please comment 100 below. Be sure to watch the recommended video on how to gauge a woman's interest without directly asking her out. Don't forget to subscribe if you found this content helpful. Thanks for watching.